All right, this video is to introduce the instructional strategy, the SQ3R reading strategy, to help improve reading comprehension. This is out of our written text for our SPED 631 class. SQ3R's reading strategy stands for survey, question, read, recite, and review. Purpose is to improve reading comprehension. As you know, reading comprehension is the ultimate goal of reading strategies and reading skills for students and for all people to understand what they read and how it relates in context. Who is this for? This is appropriate for grade levels third grade and up, 12th grade through college students as well. In fact, this reading strategy for comprehension was first developed to help improve comprehension for college students. Background. So this was developed by Francis P. Robinson, an American education philosopher. It was actually published in 1946 in his book Effective Study. So this is not a new strategy by any means. In fact, this is similar to the KWL strategy. Similar strategy, KWL, the know for previewing reading, and then students then discuss what do they want to know as they read and as they go through their passage, and then what have they learned? So to summarize, so again, this SQ3Rs is a very similar strategy to KWL, and it's a strategy that probably most of educators are familiar with. Keys. The important key is to make SQ3R part of the classroom reading routine. Just like any good instruction and evidence-based instructional strategies, that this strategy must be explicitly modeled through think out louds with the class, help students internalize the process, encourage students to verbalize their steps and their thinking, and this will help build self-regulation as readers and for their reading comprehension. Um, then, as this is introduced as a whole class routine, students can work in peer groups to follow these steps in their content area reading, and then ultimately students can should be able to do this strategy independently. Um, so again, explicitly model this through the gradual release model. Um, Model it as a teacher using think out louds, also supplying supplemental resources. Uh, for example, the questions or the steps can be in a graphic organizer or semantic mapping that can help students follow these strategies. And ultimately, this will help students begin to own the process, build their self regulation for reading comprehension, and they should be able to do this independently. Another great key is that if this is incorporated in the classroom, this can also be incorporated across building-wide level initiatives. For example, middle school level classes that use textual reading. So, for example, a science class, a history class, English class, those classes can all introduce this strategy, and then this can build familiarization for students. So when you say SQ3Rs between or when they go to different classes, they'll know what you mean, and they can. This can be something that a building-wide initiative can help um, develop uh, this reading skill for reading comprehension across curriculum. Steps to teach this strategy. Again, use a gradual release model, direct explanation, model, guided practice, and then have students apply. Number one, survey. Tell students to survey the text, preview the text by looking at titles, headings, subheadings, pictures, bold prints, and keywords. This is also important for students to increase their vocabulary, word recognition, and also work on those important vocab words. The next step is question. Ask students to think about what they know about the text from their preview. Have students write questions. You can discuss as a class. They can work with peers to discuss and write questions that they may be able to answer throughout reading the passage. Again, you might want to supply examples and supply important handouts for students to follow this process to guide them. Read. Students will read the passage. Students can read independently or with a partner. And then four, review. So have students review what they learned after reading and apply it to other context. Again, use graphic organizers, semantic maps, question and answers, discussions, and then ultimately have students summarize the information. Okay, this is all based and centered around um, the goal of reading for comprehension.